Do not follow its advice, audience, if you don't train your body much. Anyway, hello and welcome back to Lumosity. We didn't have much time for today's episode. Let's get right into it then. Let us slash train. Well, today, not as much has happened bad. I mean, aside from the fact I got 3 hours sleep. But that just means I got a lot done. I'm so energetic. Oh, sorry. Actually, oh no, I can't get up. Okay, I still can't get up. Oh, we can't load. Okay. Oh, I'm not the only one who can't get up, huh? Alright, Lumosity. Are we gonna load? Alright, thanks. Hey, wait a minute. I've got an idea. They say that when you're tired, you don't censor your thoughts. I've got an idea. I'm gonna look at how these names are structured. Interesting. So dashes are used to split the words apart. Otherwise, the words are very similar. Alright, let's go through a game like, Eagle Eye. Now let's put instead of Eagle Eye, the forgotten lost game, Name Tag. Oh no! We took a wrong turn! No! Daggone it, the game is gone for good. Well, it was worth a try, you know? On to memory much overload. I just don't know if I've ever shown you Name Tag, which is a right shame because it was not a bad game. I mean, I guess what was not good about it, it was not your typical Lumosity game. Wait, what's going on here? Wait. I can't zoom in. Wait, I can't. Not only can I not zoom in. I can. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, this is. Oh dear, there's that thing again. Okay. Yeah, this is probably the biggest case of lag I've ever seen. Right, let's just reload the page. Just reload. Oh dear. Whoa. Okay. Okay, careful now. Let's not explode my computer. Okay. Alright, just let's play. Any day now. Daggone it, this is not the time. This is so not the time, computer. Well, I know what it is. I'm uploading, and I'm also playing Star Wars: The Old Republic. Why am I playing Star Wars: The Old Republic right now? You know what I'm saying? Don't ask. Okay, is this really? Oh my. Is today going to be one of those implied training sessions? Or we're going to be like, well, today I went and did a training session, and this is just now recorded a session and wasted your time in an episode, but I didn't actually do it. Is this going to be one of those training sessions? Oh, everyone hates those. Everyone hates those. I hate those. Well, not everyone, but still, everyone hates those. Okay. Ooh, what if the image sticks on this one? It's just a thought. What if? It's just a what if. Hey, I'm not against. Wait, I'm having a I'm having a moral crisis right now. Okay, I'm hoping that the image is going to stick, allowing me to cheat, but at the same time I want to use screenshots. At the same time, the alarm's ringing, so I can't, continue. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for watching. We tried to get name tag. I'll score that. We tried to get name tag. We failed. I'll score that. Okay. Good. Something like that. All right, goodbye. Hello and welcome to the next episode, or they can use you this one. Now there's a conundrum for you. Well, why don't we make it a continuation of this one? Alright, well, hello and welcome to the second part of this apparently now 2-part episode. For this second part, because I don't even remember what the first part was, we're going to... Well, I mean, I do remember a few things about it, like we weren't going to do music. Well, now we are! Get over it! McDowell Edward, or Edward McDowell. Performed for us by... Jean Dub, perhaps? No, not him. Performed for us by... Edward Rosser? Okay. It's either him or Glenn Hoban. No offense to Glenn Hoban, but, well... Okay, no offense to Edward Rosser. Okay, yes, offense to Glenn Hoban. Another bloody non-commercial. You guys make me sick. Not really. I make myself sick. But I need to eat. To a Wild Rose from 10 Woodland Sketches, Opus 51.
Edward McDowell published his 10 Woodland Sketches in 1896 in New York through P.L. Jung. They are usually catalogued as Opus 51, and his most popular tune, To a Wild Rose, comes from the set.
Performed first, of course, by Edward Rosser. Big thanks to him.
Edward McDowell was an American composer and pianist of the Romantic period. He was best known for his second piano concerto and his piano suites, Woodland Sketches, Sea Pieces, and New England Idols. Woodland Sketches includes his most popular short piece, To a Wild Rose. In 1904, he was one of the first 7 Americans honored by membership in the American Academy of Arts and Letters. Edward McDowell was born in New York City. He received his first piano lessons from Juan Buitrego, a Colombian violinist who was living with the McDowell family at the time. He later received lessons from friends of Buitrego, including Teresa Caleno, a Venezuelan pianist.
Finn. That was beautifully done, whoever it was that performed that. I forgot your name already. Big apologies for that. One moment, I'll say your name one more time. Edward Rosser. I knew it was Edward Rosser. Oh my gosh. I just didn't want to say it wrong. I had a feeling it was Edward Rosser. No, seriously, I did. Oh, sure. Everyone believes you. Oh, man. How have you evolved in recent times, eh? I was just listening to you back from 2048. You know, the first 2048. You remember those, right? That was the new series that I actually published in recent time. I mean, that was the new series, basically, that I actually published kind of around when I was recording it. For whatever reason. And it was, I thought I had a really good bad voice then. But when I was listening to it, I realized, no, it's actually not as good as I thought it was. And I was like, what? But apparently it's a taste, so wasn't as good as I thought. So, considering that, No! I guess it is. The old man really has gotten better. And any concept I have that he may be getting worse is simply paranoia on my part. Old man, I'm gonna do the little voice thing. Yeah, wrap my arm around my head. Does that even work? That's what I do when I begin episodes. I can't really do what I'm doing this because I usually do it with my right arm. I don't remember how to do it with my left. Okay, say something. No, that's not right. How do I usually do it? How do I wrap my arm around my head? I usually do it so I get perfect echo and I can hear myself. But I only do it at the start of episodes. It's like a habit. I don't even know why I started doing that, but it's a pretty good habit that lets me hear myself. You know, get my voice all calibrated for recording. Alright. Hello and... No, I can't. It's not contrived. Hello and welcome. When I do that at the beginning of episodes, it's not contrived at all. By now, it's just habit. It was contrived at one point, I suppose. Well, hello is not really contrived. Okay, yes it is. Hey or hi, that's less contrived. How has been? Hey and hi have been in the English language for far longer. It's thought that they were adaptations from just, natural utterances of greeting, which is kind of strange because hello it sounds like that in English, maybe a few other languages. Certainly not Mandarin. I speak a little bit Mandarin. It's certainly... Ni hao. Oh my gosh! Where's my accent gone? No! Ni hao. Oh, it sucks! Dang God, I let myself go. Let me try one more time. Ni hao. Ah, what happened to me? I used to have the perfect accent. Now, Okay, it's alright. It's alright, I don't really care. It's not like... I'll just have to speak English. Yeah. A language where you don't have... Where accenting your words differently doesn't result in it meaning something completely different, so... Usually. So hopefully, if they have a bad accent, as bad an accent as I have there... Well, at least I'll be able to understand them still, you know? Oh, man. Gosh. Alright. Oh, wait. Whoa. I was audifying. You understand? Can't you be expected to play properly when I'm audifying also? What if we wanted to hear from the European archive? Piano Concerto number 2. Yes, indeed. Piano Concerto number 2 in D minor. Opus 23.
McDowell.
From the European Archive. McDowell composed this work in 1884 and 1885. So I've been working on the Russian accent because I was playing Russia until version 5. Anyway, as I was. And played the first performance with Theodore Thomas in his eponymous orchestra in Chickering Hall, New York City on March 5th, 1889. The accompaniment is stored for 2 each of winds and trumpets, 4 horns, 3 trombones, timpani, and strings. In American music since 1910, Virgil Thompson cited McDowell as our nearest to a great composer before Charles Ives. All right. Ebb and Flow. This is a lively bit, isn't it? Action fail. Yeah, I know. I do my best. Hold on, I'm modifying. Modifying's not a word. Yeah, that's why it's supposed to be funny. You can just make up words on the spot. You know? Add some syllables, make some redundancies. I mean, that's how I talk all the time. Redundancies, my sentences. Much too long sentences, so why not make the words too long? Why not make the words redundant internally, huh? Sure. Oh, this score's gonna be really bad. I'm going like molasses slow. I was reading about the Great Molasses Massacre of 1919. No, it wasn't massacre. What was? Oh, Fudge. Fudge. It killed like 21 people, injured 150 or something like that. Yeah, it was kind of a big deal. Molasses. About, what is it, millions of pounds of molasses just spilled out, going at 25 miles per hour through the streets. What? Top 5 score? I thought I was doing terribly. Alright. Alright. Perhaps I ought to do more speed games, eh? Nay. There aren't any. Alright, slap it to me. Pinball recall. What you got? Okay, I'm now trying something completely different. I'm using only my right eye. Now, if there were no connections to the hemispheres of the brain, you know, right and left, if that's basically if the corpus callosum was cut, assuming the corpus callosum is correct and I'm not misremembering it, then I would not be able to use my right brain if I am opening my left eye. But regardless, apparently the corpus callosum is not being as effective as I would have hoped. I'm going to now switch eyes. Alright, left eye power, right brain prowess, initiate! Oh, by the way, according to certain self-study I did, my right brain is more active than my left. No, that's not really true. How do we put it on the tests of right or left brainedness? I came out with right brain. I don't know, it's just something on BuzzFeed, alright? What, don't ask me. Don't ask me if I know it's accurate. Don't ask me if it means anything. It's just some BuzzFeed thing, and I came out like 90% on right brain, so don't know how that happened. It just seems like it seems statistically significant, is all I'm going to say about that. It was enough to be considered statistically consistent. Alright, well, since we're doing well with the left eye, I'm continuing to use the left eye. Left eye, right brain. Now, see, the problem is that because I see a little bit weirdly, basically, I don't have a dominant eye. I have a semi-dominant eye. I use both eyes. I see both images at once. When I have both eyes open, I see a right image, I see a left image. If the right and the left images are close enough together, however, they merge, and it gives me a three-dimensional effect. What I guess other people see, I see it. It looks like depth, normal depth, and otherwise I just have to determine depth, kind of way an owl does it, by bobbing my head around and judging how the No, not like how an owl does it. An owl actually bobs their head around so they can see how but their perspective changes with closer objects versus far objects. That's for determining depth. No. The way I have to see is I look at basically if I can feel which way my eyes are focusing, and if my eyes are focusing at a far away distance, then I know that's and I see only one image. So I know that must be far away, whatever that one image is. And if I have to focus close up to see one image, then I know that must be something really close. But anyway, my left eye has the ability to see independent of the right. How the right likes to take over because it sees a little bit better. Also, I see red out of one eye predominantly. What is it? I see red predominantly out of the right eye and green out of the left eye. I really don't know why that is, but it is an eerie thing. Also, everything in the right eye, right now it looks a little bit brighter. That's because I've been having it closed. Oh, lol. I don't need it closed anymore. But what eventually happens is that, and this is true if I hold only my right eye open too. But if I hold my left eye especially, I'll eventually see the image that my right eye sees, and it'll start to appear with the image that my left eye sees. And see, it's not like I see like an image on the right and an image on the left. I actually see both images in view. Okay, so say I put my hands up. Okay, or say I put a hand in front of the screen, but I'm focusing on the screen. Obviously, duh. I've got to play Lumosity, remember? Let's do this while I'm talking. No, let's skip the next thing, actually. Yo, play! Where was I? Oh, totally lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, what I see. Alright, so say I'm putting my finger on the 4, and I bring my hand closer to me. Alright? If I try to keep my finger centered on the 4 in relation to my right and left eyes, I've now got, if I bring it close enough to my eyes, say about a few inches away, if I'm like 2 feet away and I have it about halfway away, okay, so about half my distance, I then see the 4 completely in between 2 images of my fingers, say my index finger, between 2 images of it. Hard to really show this to you, but it fits right between 2 of them. And depending on how I orient my head, they could get a little bit closer together, or a little bit, if I tilt my head one direction or another. And I can see through both those images of the index finger. So if I put one in front of the 4, which is not the 4 anymore, but yeah, I'm just saying, if I want to do that, I'll be able to see through it, basically, with the other eye. So say the one on the right, if I was looking at the image on the right, put the image on the right in front of the 4, that would be the image, of course, seen by my left eye. So I'd be seeing behind that with my right eye, and vice versa, if I was looking at the left image. Oh gosh, I'm doing terribly! I'm not focusing. Okay, I'm just trying to tell you this, because I find this really weird. I'm not lying. It's true, very true. This is how I see. I'm not sure if it's normal or not. I've never seen how anyone else sees, so I don't know if it's normal. I'm pretty sure it's not, though. The few people I've talked to, they see only one image all the time. And I don't know what that means. It means that either it's being merged in the brain everywhere, so when I get in a single image, a 3-dimensional effect, they still see a 3-dimensional effect everywhere. Or they have a one-eye dominant. And you can actually tell if one of your eyes is dominant. I've read. See, that's the thing. That's how I know I'm a little bit different. Is that so one test you can do to determine which eye is dominant, which is basically to put your hands up in a triangle. Make your thumbs meet. Put your hands out in front of you. Put the palms facing away from you. Then put your thumbs together. Then put your index fingers together, so that you form a rough equilateral triangle in between, in the space between your index fingers and your thumb. Now, put that so that put that so that it's centered within is an object, a unique object, which you can remember and focus on. Alright, you got that? Do this with me. Pause the episode if you have to. Alright, now you've done that, what you're going to do is, close. You've got to set it, make sure you set it. Alright, now without moving your head, you're going to want to close your right eye, then your left. One of your eyes, if you have a dominant eye, you'll see that it's no longer centered. That's what I've read. Now, I can't do the test myself because since I can always see the image if I'm at any distance, I always see the image the left eye and the image the right eye produce. So I could center myself with the right, the left, or I can perfectly center so with my nose. So basically, if I put this around the tower, I can see, say, my right eye, with keeping my both eyes open, I can see my right eye sees, I can see what my left eye sees, I can center around my right eye, center around my left eye, center on both eyes, so it'll look off no matter which one I choose. And I've heard that someone have it that way, and that's really crazy. It's through their nose. Anyway, but I do have a dominant eye. I think it may be my right eye is a little bit dominant because it sees slightly better. Because my left eye, I got poked out with a pen. Yes, I when I was pretty young, I jabbed a pen into my eye, like with full force. See, I was, you know how these pens in post offices, there are these pens on chains? Yeah, I was like 3 or something. Anyway, I found it interesting that if I held the pen close to my eye, and I shut only one eye, I found it interesting that, there was this chain. But if I could hold it close enough to my eye, well, not close to my eye particularly, but more than close, if I could hold it close to my eye, and hold the chain very taut, I could overcome the effect of gravity and have the chain, have the chain make a single straight line. So basically, I could make the chain disappear if I was holding the pen directly with my eye. Now, in hindsight, that was a very stupid idea, because I was holding the pen close enough to my eye that when the chain broke, all the force that I've been exacting on it, I did not have a chance to unexact, and it went directly into my eye. Jabbed it real good, right through the center, and I profusely bled. It hurt like, well, you can probably imagine. I couldn't see out of it for a while. Obviously, I went to the hospital, I think. Did I? I don't even know if I went to the hospital. I might have not even gone to the hospital. I should have gone. I don't know if I should have gone to the hospital or not, but I was in pretty bad shape. I was bleeding everywhere. Oh my gosh. Fun. Happy days. Okay. Well, anyway, we've got a gruesome horror eye scream stories to me. Just, post them in comments. I would love to read about how you got your eye, jabbed with a pen or a needle. Oh, gosh, needles. Oh, that's something else. Oh, my gosh. I probably don't want to read about it, but you can post anyway. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Well, it's fair. It's only fair you make me read because I just told you about all that. It was my left eye, I'm almost certain. So if it was my left eye, I must have been looking with my left eye, which suggests that at one time my left eye was my dominant eye, which is why, and even though my left eye became my less dominant eye because it was so damaged, my right brain was still the dominant side initially, which is crazy because I'm actually right-handed, but I am left-footed. Yes, I don't really know how that happened. I am left-footed though, if I want to do something. And also, I can also contort my left hand in many more ways than my right hand can contort. My fingers in my left hand are far more flexible. So, it's craziness. I don't know, I don't know if I'm really secretly left-handed or not, but I can definitely use my right hand a little bit more precisely. Probably because I just use more. I don't know. Anyway, I do know that it's the end of the episode. We'll talk about this more later if I remember. We probably won't, and you probably don't even want to hear about it, so we won't. Anyway, that's going to be the end, so goodbye.